It's a beautiful morning here and we are kicking off our 2023 season. It's our first official day back in the garden. Maggie just pulled up and we're gonna get to work. What you got, Maggie?
Good morning.
She comes bearing gifts. Yay! Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a garden walk and we're gonna try to make us a plan. Aren't that right? Isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this year we are going to, or Maggie is going to plant a vegetable garden for our customers to be able to buy fresh produce from us. And this is what we typically have used for the wildflower patch. So we have shifted gears because, as you know, this year we're going to all U-pick. So we won't need the wildflower patch anymore. And we thought, you know, hey, with the way things are, you never know. We need to grow food and flowers. So we have plans for lots of vegetables and Maggie has it all drawn out. And yeah, that is a gopher hole.
It's a gopher hole.
Yeah, so he might come and try to eat your vegetables.
Yeah, we're gonna do something.
We're gonna have to
about
block
that.
off. You can see where he comes out.
Yeah,
For those of you who don't know, gopher turtles are protected here, so we can't do anything about him. He's just got to stay. But anyway, so we're about to measure this area and then Maggie has got it all drawn out and we'll go from there. So we're gonna break up the ground in this field for Maggie to get the beds made, but I'm having to improvise since I don't have a disc yet for my little tractor. I'm just gonna use the box blade to just break up the ground.
Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Hey! I grew up in the country, back roads looking so pretty. Daddy didn't have a lot of money, but we had each other to see. Now I'm living in the city, trying to figure out this busy lifestyle. It's new to me, but we got each other to see. So let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Mama used to tell us dreams would make us jealous of what we have right now, but we got each other to see. As time comes and time goes, so many things I don't know. One thing I know for sure is we got each other to see. So let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Now I've been around the world, kissed all the pretty girls, but they couldn't make me feel when we get together, see. Go chasing wildest dreams, try all your fantasies. The one thing you'll never be is we got each other to see. So let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. Let's go down, let's go down, let's go down to the river now. Let's go down, I'm feeling brand new. I'm feeling brand new. I'm feeling.
Okay, so I got all the ground kind of churned up and now we can get in there and we'll make the rows. Maggie has a plan, I'll show you that on paper, but the water kind of rushes off this hill, so she is going to try to divert the water and make some diagonal rows. So we'll probably just do all that by hand. So as I mentioned a few minutes ago that I'm having to improvise, we have a tiller, but it's like a 7-foot tiller, and it's fits on our big tractor. And so my husband has the backhoe on that right now, and I don't want to wait. I'm impatient. So this does just fine. We just wanted to kind of just turn the ground. We did till this at the end of the season last year, so it has been tilled, and we just kind of wanted to soften the ground up a little bit, so this will work just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna let Maggie explain to you her plan for the vegetable garden, and look at her, she's so organized.
Well, based on the contour of the land, the original plan has changed. We've made changes that you can see in red. And what we're doing, because of the slope of the land, is we're going to have all of the rows on a diagonal. And I've tried to figure out how many plants I'm going to need for each row, what the spacing is going to be. We've expanded it from 50 feet to about 80 feet, give or take. We're also going to be using all of the existing fencing that's up to put our tomatoes and peppers against, so that we can tie them up.
And just to jump in here real quick, she's talking about that chain link fence right there is what she's referring to.
Yes.
The fencing. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
That's okay. We're going to put in kale, tomatoes, peppers, green beans, hot peppers, collards, okra, eggplant, broccoli, cabbage, radishes, squash, and carrots are going in a bed.
Yay!
So that is the
Making me hungry.
extent of what we've got so far.
All right, so let's take a walk down here and show them the bed and kind of explain how you're going to divert the water.
The water comes off the property in this direction.
Right.
Which means I need to feed the water so that it funnels to the far side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle and funnel to the far side, and then the water train changes. So we're going to change the direction by 90 degrees, and we're going to have it coming off from the far side to the close side, and that's going to allow the water to come through and feed everybody each side as it goes down the hill.
Right. So I know that on the video you can't really tell 3D or 2D, but we are on a very high hill, a slope. Like it starts way up there at the top where we had the sunflowers last year, and literally slopes straight down to the highway. So everything we grow here, all the beds and everything are on a slope. That's one of the reasons why I did the field garden this way. But we've got a drainage ditch dug around it to divert the water this way. So now Maggie has to deal with that, because when we get a rain, it's like a river running through here, right? What is that, Maggie? Is that a flower?
It is.
Ha! Look at this, guys. That's left from the wildflower patch. That's funny. I was like, what is that? Squirrel. Oh, look, there's another and another. How about that? Now that we've got the brown broken up, she'll get in here and work her magic. And by the way, y'all, Maggie's smart. She's an engineer, so that's why she's got this all drawn out. She knows what she's doing. She's a woman with a mission. All right, so you get started in that, and I'm going to jump on over to the field garden and start cleaning up. Here in the field garden, and while Maggie is doing the vegetables, I'm going to clean up the snapdragons. So this bed is like 80 feet long, and all these snaps have overwintered, but you can see through all the rain and all winter long, there's some of the compost has escaped the bed. So we're going to get that back into the bed and clean up all these weeds that have popped up and get this all good to go, and then we'll fertilize them. So as I'm sitting here weeding, I think it's like, I don't mind weeding so much because it's kind of like therapy. I don't want to weed all the time, but I don't mind, you know, initially when we first kick off the season, weeding the beds, because I think a lot. And so I just got to thinking about how, you know, some people grow differently than others, and that's okay. Just because I do it this way and I take off 2 to 3 months in the winter doesn't mean that's right for every person to take off from the garden that way. I personally have tried it both ways, and I think that the rest that we gain from just walking away from it for a few months and just recouping, and it gives me time to come up with new ideas and just to give the ground a rest and everything. I think that works best for me. But with that being said, I just got to thinking, you know, there's different flower farmers on YouTube and on the internet that you watch, and they all do it differently. So you just have to find what works best for you. I know there's a couple of flower farmers that actually garden in their landscape, which is wonderful that they can do that. Just because I choose to have a separate acre or two set aside to flower farm instead of around my house doesn't mean that I'm doing it wrong or that they're doing it wrong. It's just the way that we prefer to do it. So even if you've just got a flower bed around your home, you can still have beautiful cut flowers. There's so many different ways that you can grow flowers, and I encourage everybody to do it because flowers bring joy. Flowers make you happy. I mean, that is the whole reason why I do what I do, is because there's just something about seeing the joy on people's faces when they receive or cut something that I grew with my hands. It's just very rewarding for me. And so, yeah, as I was just sitting here weeding, I was thinking, you know, some people are probably thinking, man, you're crazy for letting it go that bad all winter long, and now you're having to come back and do all this weeding. But that's okay. That's just my preference. So you do you. That is my best advice for the day. You do what makes you happy, what works for your schedule, what works for your family or for yourself. I mean, what's the use in doing something if you don't enjoy it, right? So, all right, that's my 2 cents. Let's get finished weeding this bed. One bed down. Now I just got to clean up the mess, and we're going to see what Maggie's up to. Just had to stop and show you the yarrow. It's already coming up and getting ready to burst with some blooms. Sweet. Okay, Maggie, how's it going? Wow.
It's going.
It's a lot of work.
Just pulling the weeds out right now.
Gotcha.
Then
Yeah.
Then I'll shape it.
I got one whole snapdragon bed finished. So I'm just going to clean it up. But
Yay.
yeah. All right. Well, a day in the life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We've got a whole season ahead of us. Can't wait to share it with you guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, bloom where you're planted.